Hello, you fucking bastards, I'm back. Well, it took this long, well, nearly 2 months, because, as you can see in my previous video, I got sick. It took a while to recover. When I finally recovered, I got lazy, and I got sick again. Great, right? Well, it happens. Anyway, the shenanigans haven't stopped, even though I stopped making videos for nearly 2 months. So, here we go, even more shenanigans. Because, why not? The SJWs ruin absolutely fucking everything. And what can we do? You know, you would think that SJWs wouldn't ruin the most fun thing that we have in shooters, with shooting Nazis. You will think that they couldn't possibly ruin that, but they did. So we got Wolfenstein. We knew they didn't sell well, but we never knew how bad it was. So here we have the numbers. For reference, here's the breakdown of the player estimates for Bethesda publishing games of similar genre according to the leaked Steam data. Doom, look at that, 3.1 million. Wolfenstein New Order, 1.8. That was a brilliant game. Prey, 704,000. I never played that, and quite frankly, I didn't quite feel like it. I don't know, it didn't appeal to me, so Wolfenstein, the Old Blood, that was kind of a mini expansion after the New Order came out, 600,000, and quite frankly, I haven't played it completely, never finished it. I've been meaning to do that, but I haven't, and I can't really comment, but the parts I've played, it was still as good as the New Order. And here we have the supposed, well, publicized sequel to the New Order, the New Colossus. It sold less than the Old Blood. That's for Steam only, of course. It sold more if we count the consoles, but we don't know those numbers, so we only have the PC version, and the sales for it's abysmal. How could they ruin shooting Nazis? Well, Wolfenstein 2, it's that amalgamation of the old saying, get woke, get broke, because you even have collaborations with communists, or glorifying communism and black supremacy movements in that game. So what could possibly be the result about that shit? Well, there you go. The sales sucked, and we can see that because they managed to suck the fun out of shooting Nazis. You think that would be impossible to accomplish, but they did. It just... why? How? Well, apparently they're still going to ruin shooting Nazis, because after the very bad PR machine they did with comparing Nazis to Trump voters, people who disagreed with the current out left, now we have the sequel. The sequel to the new Colossus, called Young Blood. What will that focus on? On the two twin sisters that Blazkowicz had with his wife he found on the first game. Why? Why do you keep making the same mistakes? Stop fucking around! And of course, here we have the communists. The black supremacy communists in the game of Wolfenstein. This is why you ruin things. You know what else? It's even more fun to shoot at? Communists. You have Nazis, which is amazing fun to shoot at. And then you have communists, which is even more fun. Well, because communists kill even more people than the Nazis did. But no, let's glorify another ideology that killed more than Nazis. But just because it's not Nazism, it means it's okay. You fucking idiots. And why not put a stereotypical black female in a gang with a big huge fro? Yes, let's make that. And the next idiotic thing to ruin the SJWs managed to ruin was lesbianism, and now they're going to ruin bad women. You think that would be impossible too, but no, they've managed to ruin lesbians. I mean, what's more hot than two women having a go at each other? I love it. But no, they've decided to ruin that too. SJW sucking the fun out of everything. What will they do with this one? Because apparently CW hasn't managed to wake up and realize their fucking mistake with what was that the name? The Legends of Tomorrow. They ruined it with SJW. Then Supergirl, in the second season, it was a disaster. The first season was really okay. The first episodes were great, but the rest were a disaster. And I just couldn't bother watching. I watched the first episode of the third season and I said, no, fuck this. I can't be bothered. But no, that wasn't enough for them. Now they need to ruin other things. Because why not? When you can actually virtue signal at the same time. Armed with a passion for social justice and a flair for speaking her mind, Kate Kane soars onto the streets of Gotham as Batwoman, an out lesbian and a highly trained street fighter, primed to snuff out the failing city criminals insurgents. But don't call her a hero yet, in a city desperate for safety to overcome her own demons before embracing the call to Gotham's symbols of hope. But here's the thing. Social justice. She's going to fight for social justice more than crime itself. Yeah, but why would you do that? Why would you ruin something like... SJWs, go fuck yourself. Really. You fucking idiots. Stop sucking the fun out of everything. Please. And... well, another thing they sucked the fun out of. Sheera. Yeah, you think that it would be impossible to suck the fun out of an 80s cartoon that I watched in my childhood. It was Shira. Look at the difference of the new character with the old one. The old one looks like a little boy with broad shoulders. You know, they say this one is a representation of Shira when she was 16 years old. Okay, fine. But you know what else? When you are on your teens and the hormones are raging for women, the shoulders doesn't get broad. All the things get bigger, but not the shoulders. And I can tell you, as a 16-year-old back then, shoulders did not get wide on women. And even today, if you look at them. No. What do? They make it look like a tranny, a little... a little dyke. On today's age, shit gets completely fucked up. But no. You know, you couldn't possibly get any worse. But then, you have the creator behind this idea. The creator is trying to mimic herself or make the character look like herself. Look like, well, there it is. Looks like a masculine little girl. This is the creator of the new Sheera. And you think it couldn't get worse. Well, they've managed to suck the fun out of good old games. because they shared this for a great game that I'm currently replaying. It's called Postal 2. And what they do, they shared a screenshot of the game with the main protagonist, the dude, being on games journalist tombstone. Because, well, what else can we say? The game journalists really fucked up and they committed suicide on 2014. Because, well, you know, Gamergate happened and they're still salty about it. So, a lot of people who needed to virtue signal got pissed off at GOG, and what did they do? They apologized. What you don't do when SJWs mount over you is not apologize because you did nothing wrong. They are fucking morons. You don't apologize to SJWs. But no, there it is. Look at what they said. We didn't realize it was more than just a game's trademark crudeness, but many people read it as a show of support for a wave of hate and abuse associated with the date on the tombstone. No, it's not hate or abuse. What happened was a hate abuse from the other side. In fact, Gamergate was found innocent by FBI. There's nothing to substantiate the arguments the game journalists did, only the counter-argument. In fact, they were found that those indie devs or others who decided to virtue signal or sell their game, they slept with game developers, and the reward was publicizing their games and gaining more views. Or, for example, games that really sucked but got really great reviews because of collusion between the game journalists and the developers. But now, here we are, another thing they managed to ruin, GOG. A personal note, I think that much of the "don't apologize" comes from people who feel that this was indeed orientation, but we just caved to pressure. Yeah, you did cave to pressure. I know there isn't much debate in that, but from an insider's perspective, it honestly wasn't. Yeah, well, it was. It looks like it, it smells like it, it quacks like a duck, it smells like a duck, it looks like a goddamn duck, then it's a duck. And that's exactly what happened. You would think they couldn't possibly ruin that, but they did. Well, I'm hoping to return with my videos on a weekly basis, or at least every 2 weeks, depending on my state of mood and desire to continue. So hopefully it doesn't go 2 months without sharing anything again. So take care and see you later, you fucking bastards.